Welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Eric. I'll be taking you through this topic, integers, and for this lesson we'll be looking at combined operations on integers. So we will start with simple problems involving combined operations on integers. We look at the complex problems involving combined operations on integers, and then at the end of the lesson you have to give you some assignment to help you with practice. So we want to start by looking at something called the order of operations. What this simply means is if you have an operation like -2 times -3 plus 4 divided by 6, maybe so maybe this could be, instead of 4 we could be having maybe 2 power 2, something like this. You have an operation like this one here, so what operation is done first? Like, do we do multiplication first? Do we do the index? This one is called power or index. Maybe this one here is called power. Do you do the power first? Do you do division? Which one comes first? That's what we call order. So you do them in what order? So you could do maybe addition first, So which order? Which one comes first and which one is done last? So that's what we are calling the order of operation. So we want to say that the order in which operations are done can be shown by use of brackets, and we're going to see how that is done. What we simply mean is, for example, if you have 2 times 3 minus 4, then you are supposed to do the multiplication first here, So you'll do this, So the bracket here simply means that you are doing this one first. Every time you have the bracket is supposed to be done first. You see now here, I didn't have any bracket, so I've used the bracket to indicate that this is what I'm doing first. Also, you can get an expression just like this, but then the brackets are already there. So in that case, you'll have to do this first, You'll have to do 3 minus 4 first. So 3 minus 4 again, you can use the number line to help you do it. So you can use the number line, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have -1 here, -2, -3, -4. And of course, the arrows must be used to indicate that we are moving. The trend is supposed to continue beyond that. So maybe 5 could be here. So as we said previously in the previous videos, that when you're doing this operation here, you start by, you look at the first number here, so 3. That's where we are starting from. And then direction. So we are moving the left-hand side, the negative side of the number line. How many steps? 4 steps. That is the next. That is this digit here. If you don't know how that is done, possibly you can watch our previous videos on addition and subtraction of integers, and to be specific, this is subtraction of integers. You can look at that from our previous videos and you check how that is done. So we look at the first number, the direction, and then the second. Where we stop, that is going to give us the answer. So start from 3, the first number here. This one will give us the direction, so you move to the left-hand side. That is where the negative numbers are. And then 4 steps. So the last number here is giving us the number of steps. And then where we stop, the answer down here is supposed to be written right below it, will be where we stop. For example, we move 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we started here and we are stopping here. So where we stop. So this one is going to be, so I will not leave 2 out. I'll continue with 2. So 2 times negative 1, because what is solved inside the bracket is -1. Again, this is on multiplication of integers. Again, if you don't know how to do multiplication of integers, you can also check from our previous videos on multiplication of integers. You'll be able to see how that is done. So here we say, if the signs are different, like in this case, then the answer must be negative. If the signs are the same, the answer is supposed to be positive. Again, that is discussed in our previous videos. You can check. So 2 multiplied by -1, the answer is -2. Why negative? Because the signs are different. Why 2? Because 2 by 1 is 2. So the whole of this operation, the whole of this has a bracket, it has a minus, it has this, multiplication. It simplifies to -2. I don't know whether you'll get the same thing if you did the wrong operation. You started with 2 by 3 to give you 6, and then you subtracted 4. That will be 2 positive, and that is not the correct answer. That is why the order of operation here is very important. So the order in which the operation is done can be illustrated by use of brackets. So you can just do that using brackets. Brackets will always be done first. So we want to see how that can be done. So we have these two operations here. So we can use an acronym, BODMAS. So I'm very sure possibly you're wondering, how do I know which one is done first? Which order should I follow? So you can use this acronym, BODMAS. So B there stands for bracket. What that means is that if you have an operation, then a combined operation, like we have plus, division, minus, and bracket happens to feature in that operation, then bracket is supposed to be done first. It's supposed to be the first one to be done. The first operation to be done. If you have a bracket, then that bracket is done first. Now there is O. O here stands for order. Order here, you could be having things like powers, like we have things like roots, or power here, you can use indices. So if you have e.g. 2 power 2, this is supposed to be done. If you have bracket, then what should follow immediately after bracket should be the one that is having power, or maybe root of 4, something like this, or roots, So that is supposed to be done first, bracket, then these ones, So etc, these ones. Then we have D. D here stands for division. We have M. M stands for multiplication. We have A. A stands for addition. And then we have S stands for subtraction. Yes, so if you have all of them, you have the bracket, order is, you have maybe these roots are there, then you have to do them, you have to follow that order. So you start with bracket. If it is there, like in our case here, there is no bracket, I can't see brackets. I'll check whether I have anything on order, whether we have powers, roots, I'll do that second. Then after that, you'll do division. Then after that, multiplication will follow, then addition, then subtraction will be the last operation to be done. Like in case B here, you have so many of them, except I can't see bracket, I can't see order. So maybe now I'll start from division. So division will be done first, followed by multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. So that order must be followed. Of course, the rules that we have discussed we've discussed previously on operations or on integers are supposed to be observed. Remember, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all of them must be observed as you do that. Here, what we are discussing now is on order. So what is done first? The order of operation. Like, do we do addition first? So please take note of the acronym, the BODMAS acronym, to help you. It is just a device that can help you remember which operation is done first. So if you look at BODMAS here, then bracket must be done first. So bracket is not here. Order, I can't see anything. Power root, so division, yes. So I'll insert brackets there. No. So I insert the brackets to mean that is what I'm doing first. That is what I am doing first. So I will not omit the other one. So I'll start with 12 here plus, but then the operation I'm doing is operation division first. So 6 divided by 2, again, the signs are the same. We've said previously. That is on division of integers. We have looked at it previously. You can check our previous videos to see how that is done. So this is 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then minus 34. So bracket not there of division. So we go to multiplication not there. So we do addition first. So you see 12 here is, you check now. Remember, integers, we are talking about directed numbers. So 12 here is plus, there is a plus sign here, though not indicated. So that is addition. And then there is plus 3. So we collect the 2. So I'm collecting these 2 together because they are both having addition. So again, at 12, you add 3 here is 15, This is 15, and then we are subtracting 34. Now, this one here, now this one is going to be, you can use a number line to help you do this. But now, writing all these on a number line sometimes can be tedious. So this one here, how every time you have a larger number, you are subtracting it from a smaller number, then again, the answer is going to be negative. We have 34, we are subtracting from smaller here, then the answer is going to be negative. So this is going to be negative of 34 minus 15, you know the difference, the difference. So what is that going to be? So we have 34, and then you are subtracting 15. So you borrow 1 from 3 to make this 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. This one we borrowed 2 from 3. It remained 2 minus 1 is now 1. So the answer here is going to be negative 19 as the correct answer. So please take note, if you're subtracting a larger number from a smaller number, then the answer is going to be negative. Yes. So this one, you can note it down every time you have note. If you have A minus B and B is greater than A, then the answer here is going to be negative of B minus A. Please take note of that. So you reverse the direction, but then the answer is going to be negative. So please take note of that. So if you're subtracting A minus B and B is greater than A, then the answer is going to be negative of B minus A. You reverse. And that's exactly what we have done here, as you can see. As you can see it down there. So that is the answer. So we have 12 plus this, all this, the answer is, negative 19 as the final answer down here. The whole of this operation is a combined operation of 12 plus 6 divided by 2. We have about 3 operations here to be done. So we have the plus, we have the division, and we have the minus there. We have B. So let me do it here. So I will start with the, so I'm going to start with the division. BODMAS rule still applies. So bracket not there, order not there, you can't see roots. So division will be done first. This is division here. So division will be done first. So that's why I'm inserting the bracket there so that I do it first. And then there is also division here. So I want you to ignore this minus first and just do the operation 8 divided by 4 only. So I'm omitting this minus signs. I'm going to do 8 here. This 8 here divided by 4 only. So I'll be treating this as positive 8. Remember, I've omitted the negative there. So 24 divided by, in fact, let me just do it on the other side. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. I'll not omit this. So 4 times 5 minus. Now 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then times 10 plus 1. So that is the only operation that I've done. What follows next? So I have bracket of division, supposed to be multiplication. So I'm going to multiply these two. And I'm also going to multiply these two. Again, I'm going to omit this negative here. I'm just going to multiply 2 here and 10. So 8 still remains plus 4 by 5 is 20 minus, then 2 by 10 is again 20. And then you add 1. So you can see now I have minus and plus remaining. So between subtraction and addition, addition is done first. And take note that the signs are written on the left-hand side of the number. So we're going to check the numbers that are having a plus sign, plus sign on their left-hand side. So 8 is one of them. You collect them together. So 8, 20 is one of them. And then 1 is one of them. So there is 1. And then 20 is minus. So this is 20. 8 plus 20 is 28 plus 1 is 29. And then, of course, minus 20. So 29 minus 20 is 9. If you don't know how that is coming about, you can do it here. So we have 29, and then we are subtracting 20. So 9 minus 0 is 9, and this is 0. So 0, 9 is just interpreted as 9. That's how the answer is 9 down here. So that is how we do combined operations when we have multiple operations. We have a number of operations which are done at the same time. So there is the last one here which you can attempt together with the assignment. You can always be posting the answers on the comment section to help us check and also to give feedback accordingly. Now we have this one here which has a numerator and it has a denominator. So what you do here is to do the numerator separately and you do the denominator separately, then you combine, as we can see here. So numerator, so I'll do the numerator, which is 5 by 6 minus 76 divided by 4 plus 27 divided by 3. So again, BODMAS rule will still apply here, BODMAS. So bracket, I can't see order, division is there. So I'll do division. So I will insert the brackets here, and I will also insert the brackets there. There is a plus sign here in between. So I'll not omit the other numbers. So we have 5 by 6 minus, so 76 divided by 4. So we have 76, and then we are dividing it by 4. So 4 goes into 7 once, and sorry. So that one you're not supposed to write. So 1, you write it here. So 4 goes into 7 once, and 1 by 4 is 4. So the product is what you write below. Then if you subtract, that is 3, and then you drop this 6 down here. Again, if you have trouble with division, of numbers, you can always check from our previous videos on division of natural numbers. You can see how that is done. So 4 goes into 36 again, that is 9, and 9 by 4 is 36. So it means 76 divided by 4 is 19. So that's what I'll use here. So minus 19, and then you are adding 27 divided by 3 is 9. So what follows next after that? Bracket of division. So there is multiplication. So I'll do multiplication here. So that is going to be 30 minus 19 plus 9. So I'm going to do addition. So addition first. Remember now, again, for these directed numbers, the plus sign is written on the left-hand side of the number. Take note of what we have said in our previous videos, that the signs for these directed numbers, the sign is written on the left-hand side. Like this is positive 30. So we do that positive. And then there is also positive 9. So again, positive 9. And then we subtract 19. So that is going to be 30 plus 9 is 39. And then minus 19. So that is going to be 20. Then we are going to do the same to denominator. So denominator, again, you rewrite it. 4 minus 2 times 4 plus 36 divided by 4. So again, you do the same thing. Bracket is not there. Order, I can't see any power or root. Division. So I'll do division first. So division first. That's the only operation I'll do in the next step. So this is equals to 4 minus 2 by 4 plus, now 36 divided by 4 is 9. So what follows next after division? So bracket order is not there. Division, multiplication. So I'll do multiplication first. I'll just multiply this. I'll omit this sign first, the negative. So 4 minus 8 plus 9. Then now I have addition and subtraction remaining. So multiplication done. So addition. So addition is done first before subtraction. Again, for directed numbers, this is how integers is coming in here. The directed numbers, the sign is written on the left-hand side. So 4 here is positive. So I'll do 4. 8 is minus, so I'll leave that. And then 9 is also positive. So 9, then minus 8. So 4 plus 9 is 13. And if you subtract 8, that is giving us 5. Finally, now you have to combine. You know, we have done the numerator, we have done the denominator. So we combine. So we have now numerator divided by the denominator, which is going to be 20 divided by 5. Again, you can see the signs are the same. It is division, but the signs are the same. So the answer, we are expecting the answer to be positive. If you're not very sure how that is done, you can check from our previous videos on division and multiplication of integers. That's why we concluded that when signs are the same and you're dividing, the answer is supposed to be positive. So that is positive 4. And that is basically how you go about it. So we have the last one here, where now you are supposed to bring on board a bit of algebra, a substitution. So we have x is equals to 2, y is equals to that. I'll only do the first one, then you can attempt the rest, and you can be giving feedback on the comment section. At least we'll be looking at it, and then we'll give feedback as well. So we have a, so I'll only do this, and then the rest you'll be able to attempt. So 4z here plus 2y minus x. So the first thing you do is to substitute, the letters for the given numbers. So I have 4. I'll substitute z for 4. And then I have 2. I'll substitute y for negative 6. And then minus x, but x is -2. So again, the rule, BODMAS rule, I'll start with the bracket. So you open up the bracket. So 4 by 4 here. So that is going to be 16 plus. Here we are opening the bracket, but you can see now it's multiplication here. And but in between the bracket and the number, there is multiplication sign that is not indicated. So we have +2 multiplied by -6. That is different numbers. So the answer is supposed to be -12. Then here again, minus, and we are multiplying by minus, the signs are the same. So it becomes +2. So again, usually if you have two signs following each other immediately, like this one here, and the signs are different, you're supposed to replace them by a minus sign, or we say it is the plus sign that disappears if they are different signs. If they're the same, it will be a plus. But if they're different, then the result is supposed to be minus. So again, we have 16 plus 12 and then +2, and that is going to be 16. 16 plus 12 is 24. So maybe I'll multiply, I'll add 12 to 2 first. Or you can arrange them vertically. So we have 1, 6 and 1, 2. So this is 8, carry 1. So that is 6 plus 2 is 8. So 6 plus 2 is 8. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. And then you are adding the 2 here. So you add the 2. So this is addition. So 8 plus 2 here is 0, carry 1. You add that 1 to 2 here is 3. So it simply means 16 plus 12 plus 2 plus 2 is equals to 30. So that's how we solve this. So I want you to apply the same technique to help you solve B, C, and even D. And on top of that, you have extra assignment just to help you practice on what we have learned during this lesson. Otherwise, that marks the end of the lesson. Goodbye.